Hey, what's up guys, Teach over here, kind of video today. Okay, so this is the second time I've tried to do this recording, and fortunately we get to see xCloud play, which is definitely one of the better players. I think his rating, 6,000 experience rating is pretty broken. As I was saying in my last attempt to make this video, basically, I wanted to say that I apologize for people who feel like my last competitive DN duel video was a bit biased. I was watching Masek play Frogs, which was a non-tier deck because no one's ever topped with it. So the fact that he won the game, and he was playing against Gears, which is by far one of the most bog standard decks you could play in this format. I felt like giving the guy a lot of credit where credit was due. It felt like I should do that, and I was also like saying how he's a really good player in general, and he won, and he won having to push through like multiple back row all the time, so he kind of deserved the win. But it was all good. So I do apologize to people who felt like I was biased, but I try not to be biased this time because even though xCloud is someone I know, Big Snacks is also quite good as well. So they're both good players. I'm going to be giving both players credit when they do something decent. I try not to be biased. So oh, I got a PM. Oh, cool. I'm so famous. Oh my god. Okay, I'm joking. So basically, well, looks like we're playing some kind of Traptrix hand artifact deck on xCloud side, and he's against something, but we don't know yet because he's just set his cards. So we're gonna find out now. Maybe it's something archetype specific. So he hits more attack and hits Needle Sailing, which means he's probably playing Gears. So it's going to be a tier 1 against tier 1 matchup here. So obviously the last video I did on DN Duels, the guy was playing Gears, and I said before, don't give him enough credit. So hopefully this time I will. So he draws into Rank Up Magic, the 7th one, and if he ends this game really quickly using Tachyon Dragon, actually no, he goes into Masquerade instead. So, Umbral Horror Masquerade, you target one spell track on the field. Once per turn, during your play's turn, when once that effect, you can attach one exceeds material. So basically, you can negate monster effects and shit. So it's a bit dumb. So you can send stuff. Oh, half your opponent's life points. Okay, cool. So it's got some really cool effects. So Umbral Horror Umbral Horror Masquerade. Pretty cool little guy there. And a 3000 beat as well, which is always pretty nice. So he makes Abyss Dweller, and he rams into. More attacks. Marshmallon. Wow. Okay, so this is obviously not Gears. He's obviously playing some crazy deck. Don't know what to think about it. Bit strange. Because it's during the Jammer step, I'm pretty sure that Masquerade doesn't activate. So we can leave that. So basically, Marshmallon gets flipped up, and I don't know what's going to happen now. You can see that he's clearly got advantage, but Marshmallon's going to get popped by a more attack, I'm sure of it. So during the next end phase, I'm sure we're going to see Marshmallon go straight to the graveyard. So at this point, he's got like 6 cards on the field, 1 card in hand, to the other guy's 5, and he's about to draw. So he's a bit low on cards, but if Marshmallon protects him for a couple of turns, then we're going to see a bit of a drawn-out game. But if it ends quickly, because Marshmallon is a little bit outdated in terms of popularity and relevance in the meta, we will see this game end quickly. Maybe, we don't know that, but if it does end quickly, I'll be able to squeeze in a second game. Maybe xCloud will go 2-0, or maybe Big Snacks will take games 2 and 3, and maybe we can drag this into a 40-minute video. But it would be nice to actually have a 40-minute video, because as I said in my previous video, I was saying how ridiculous it is how DN Duels matches go on for like 2 hours. And people go, oh yeah, good game, good game. So I'm sorry, but if at any point the duel, like the match goes over an hour, how is that good game? If it was real life, you wouldn't shake the person's hand because you go, I'm playing normal, you're dragging out the game so that it takes an hour and a half. A game shouldn't take more than like 25 minutes tops. If it goes into time, it's because you're both playing spellbooks or some bullshit like that. But in general, no. So anyway, Marshmallon activates, I believe, and Umbral Horror halves the opponent's life points and negates the effect and makes your opponent discard a card out of his hand. So he discards Trap Hole Nightmare. This basically says I'm either playing Traptrix or I'm playing Gears, and he's playing some kind of Marshmallon tech. So he activates Messenger of Peace, sets 1 card, and says go. So he's obviously playing something that isn't relevant, but that's okay because we still get to see artifacts, Traptrix hand artifact thing. So more attack comes and pops Messenger of Peace, Don't know why he's popping that. I mean, okay. Alright, whatever. More attack goes and gets Volcasaurus, possibly. Volcasaurus pop Marshmallon, then make Gaia Charger. Okay, so Gaia charges the Umbral Horror, and he makes Pallades. He makes Pallades with the two more attacks, and then bounces and attacks. So that game ended pretty quick. So we're gonna see what happens. That was actually only 5 minutes. So let's see what happens in game 2. I don't know what Big Snack's gonna do. This could be really interesting. What did the watchers say? Where are the Boojins? Where probably I can beat Big Snacks. Wow, a lot of people don't like this guy. Okay, cool. So basically, what did we see? We saw a Needle Sailing Traptrix Nightmare. We saw Messenger of Peace. We saw Marshmallon. Like, what the hell is he doing? Okay, so xCloud took that game real quick. Obviously playing the best deck of the format next to the obvious Gigias. So we're now going to go into game 2. I'm really glad they sided quickly, because sometimes they can take like 5 minutes to side, and that's really, really annoying if you're making a video and have to pause it, blah, blah, blah. So, Big Snacks goes first, and he sets 2 cards. He sets 2 on the field. Messenger of Peace, and ends his turn. And... Right, so Ice Hand comes along and pushes through. Messenger of Peace is completely useless in this format, because as the Fire Hand and Ice Hand do push through. I think Fire Hand is got less attack. I think it's got more attack than Ice Hand. I think it's 1600 or 1500. So Messenger of Peace can stop it. But apart from that, Wave Motion Cannon, which is obviously retarded against a deck that has like 6 or 7 MSTs in a deck. I mean, I don't know what that's about, so whatever. So he attacks with both Ice Hands. Wave Motion Cannon goes on 1 counter. I think maybe he's just trying to be the biggest troll in the game. Right, so he sets a card, and right, this is ridiculous. I don't know what he's doing, and maybe he's got a plan. You know, it'd be quite funny if he actually has a plan. So he dualities and reveals. Okay, he reveals Acid Trap Hole, which is interesting. I'm guessing he was thinking that it was Gears, just like I did. So he sided an Acid Trap Hole. And yeah, so by the way, Acid Trap Hole, really interesting card. If you haven't heard of it, you target one face down defense vision monster, flip it up, and destroy it if its defense is 2000 or less. So what you can actually do is Mamelio gets Trap Hole, Acid Trap Hole, and then you actually use it against Gigiyama. And Gigiyama's effect is a when you can. Effect meaning that when this card is flipped up, you can do it, which means that Acid Trap Hole allows you to flip up the monster, destroy it, and then you can carry on with your life, because Gigiyama misses the timing, because the last thing to happen is the monster being destroyed rather than it being flipped up. So Acid Trap Hole is a really fantastic side for Traptrix to deal with Gigias, and they would be forced to use stuff like wiretaps, anything else, I don't know, but Acid Trap Hole is a really nice searchable out to Gigias, which is really crazy. I'm not sure if Konami actually thought that through, but it's something to think about when you go to an event these days. So moving on from that, Artifact Sanctum is going to come, and this is now Big Snack's turn. He's on his draw phase, and he chains Maxi. For some reason, like, it really matters much. Acid Trap Hole kills the Maxi, and this is so ridiculous. I mean, I'm not even sure why I'm even making this video in the first place, because it's obvious that xCloud has the advantage here. So more attack goes and destroys Wave Motion Cannon. I don't know why he's scared of that. What's he gonna do? He destroys Wave Motion Cannon, and on his turn, I'm not sure what he's going to do now, but yeah. What's he going to do? He can't do anything. This is crazy. Like, I don't know. I mean, He's obviously thinking things through. I don't know. I mean, Needle Ceiling goes and pops his other 2 back row, and then he goes and gets Fire Hands. I don't know what he's doing. I don't see how that'd be at all a good play. Obviously, it gives you pluses out the arse, but at the same time, Fire Hands come, and I think he doesn't even plus because he loses 2 cards. He loses 2 cards from that, and then Fire Hands come on, and then Dark Hole comes and destroys. Dark Hole goes and destroys the Fire Hands, and obviously there's no monsters to destroy, so therefore they just stay in the graveyard. He sets his final 2 cards and ends his turn. So it goes to xCloud, and I'm thinking he's debating on his back row options. But he goes to his draw phase, and what he's going to do, he summons Traptrix Diarrhea. I don't know how to pronounce his name because I mentioned her in a previous video talking about my Traptrix versus Gear. But Traptrix Diarrhea. If you know the pronunciation for that card, do comment down below and save me a lot of embarrassment. So I'm just going to say Diarrhea. So Traptrix Diarrhea goes and gets Mamilio, which destroys Messenger of Peace, and he attacks through with Diarrhea. So his 2 back row, does he have anything for it? Probably not. So Messenger of Peace again. Okay, obviously he's hoping that the guys run out of MSTs, but you do realise that you're playing Mamilio / Artifact deck / Ice Hand. There's so much back row destruction. You cannot play a deck like Burn or whatever the hell he's going to be. I don't know what he's doing. So Artifact Centum is going to get. Yep, so big snatch scoops. So this is probably one of the worst competitive DN duels you will play because this guy, I was expecting something a bit better because he had 1600 rating. Yeah, so that was it. So that was a really quick 12-minute video. Actually, a match of competitive DN dueling. Obviously, one side is competitive and the other side was just obviously messing around with Burn against a deck which beats Burn so easily that it's not even funny. So hope you guys enjoyed watching, and my next competitive DN duel will hopefully be 2 different duelists actually playing properly. So thanks for watching guys, and until next time, the Thetcglover is out.